Welcome back to the channel. Before we get started, I want to give a big thank you to you guys for always commenting, liking, and subscribing to the videos. The channel has been growing pretty quickly. It's been super fun to watch it and interact with you guys, and I just wanted to share my appreciation. So thank you for being here once again. As you see in the video title, this is going to be a complete walk around of my FD RX-7. We have it right here. If you guys haven't seen the channel before, we have some other videos of the car and some in-car footage. Maybe Bailey can drop them in right here. I'm gonna pull the car out, fire it up, and then we'll get some better angles of it.
Wait, let me in.
Beautiful day in Michigan. I did my best to park it in the sun so you guys could admire the paint. It's Millennium Jade. JW0 is the paint code. My boy JP painted it. John Paul, he's in Columbus, Ohio. It does fabulous work. Knocked it out of the park. I've been building this car for 5 years now. I purchased it off a chick I went to elementary school, middle school, and high school with. It was her family's car. Every time I saw it out, I bugged her about it. Finally, she sold me the car. She let it go for $9,000. In today's market, that's unheard of. So it's definitely come up on my end a little bit, but they saw the Subaru and what I do with cars, and they really wanted it to go to me. So it kind of worked out. The car, when I first got it, was about 7 different colors of silver, no exaggeration. I'll put a photo up right here of it. That should give you guys an idea of how far it's came. We're gonna dive right into this. I'm gonna pop the hood. As you heard by the idle, it is a bridge ported rotary. So the ports are custom ported by Eccentric Motorsports. It wraps pretty heavily and it's super fun. Shoots a bunch of flames. We can try to add a video of the flames right up in here too. And then next I'm gonna pop the hood and we're gonna go through that. The car is a 2-rotor car. It is a 13B and has went through a complete engine rebuild with goopy apex seals, chips, LBC rotors, custom Eccentric Motorsports Bridgeport. We cleaned and painted all the engine casings. It does have an ACT HD6 puck clutch kick with an ACT lightweight flywheel. For the turbo and intake system, the car features an EFR 8374 turbo, and it does have an SXE front cover. As you can see, it has the turbo blanket in the rear and the turbo guard in the front. We did opt for tile Q blow-off valves in black, as well as 2 tile 38mm MVS wastegates. The wastegates dump under the car, whereas the Subaru, we dumped it right out the hood. Eccentric Motorsports made me a custom turbo manifold, and the car features a Greddy compression elbow. For the exhaust system, it does have a custom downpipe, a custom midpipe, that leads into the Reinhard Japan semi-titanium dual exit exhaust system. This exhaust was modified to fit through the bumper this way. We did extend the exhaust out about 4 or 5 inches just to kind of give it a bit more of an aggressive look and to refrain from melting the bumper. It also features Davies Craig electronic water pump. It does feature Chips billet water pump delete, 16 AN water fittings, 12 AN fittings and line fittings. Does have a custom water pump mount, remote fill with cap, custom powder coating water pump. The car features the Sake Bomb racing and meth kit, as well as the tank kit, and the meth comes in and sprays into the motor once the car hits 15 pounds of boost. The car is equipped with a V-mount intercooler kit. It is the prototype Eccentric Motorsports V-mount kit. It has upgraded radiator fans, custom fabricated intercool core, intakes. The intercooler is a custom location and mounting. We did add air deflectors to allow more air induction through the cooler, as well as custom stainless intercooler piping pie cuts. As for the fuel system, it has radiator rails with regulators, injector dynamics 1050 and 2000 cc injectors with 48mm top hats, of course AM fuel lines and fittings. The car features a billet filter mount and a Walbro 525 fuel pump. It has modified fuel lid for a larger pump. As for the electronics of the car, it's a pretty lengthy list. I'm gonna spit through it real quick here. It has a HT-WB1 wideband box, IGN-1A Haltech coils, low pro water sensor, HT4 port CAN bus, Haltech 1500 with prim loom, a plug and play engine harness, an AEM-7 D7 dash, trim pot switch, upgraded MSD plug wires, custom coil mounts, upgraded MAC valves, upgraded MAC holder, battery relocation to the trunk, and a Haltech fuel level box. Custom wired HT fuel pump relay to power up the CD7, water pump, and the Y-band. Random features but worth mentioning: there is a custom wire tuck on the car, the ABS delete and wheel well lines, custom powder coating of the turbo, Greddy strut tower bar, and more. The engine bay was sprayed candy apple red, and the bottom of the hood is also sprayed the same color for diversity. The car does have authentic Gana doors on it. These were brand new when I purchased them. I purchased them for $1,300 and they are probably going for well over $2K now. This is the rarest finish of the Gana doors. It's actually, like, to be honest, it's like fake carbon fiber, but it's still super dope. Certainly one of the more rare parts on the car. The car has Final Form Japan LED taillights. This is their version 1. I found these used through a homie and he thought there was a couple LED bulbs out. I got them, threw them on the car. Turns out there were no LED bulbs out, so certainly a come up. These lights go for about $2,000 and I got them for 700 bucks. While we're here, I did find these clear corner lights. They're the reverse lights and the corner lights over here. I get asked about them a lot. I found these on eBay, so I'm not sure if I will ever see another set like this. At the time, they're the only set on there. The car features a Shine Auto carbon fiber low profile trunk spoiler. Currently the car has worked T7R triple chromed wheels on it. These are 18 by 9.5 plus 12 in the rear and 18 by 9.5 plus 22 in the front. At this point, we're gonna jump into the interior modifications. The car does feature a Recaro RZ. It is just a single driver's side seat. These are super hard to come by. They're, I think, one of 1,000. Might be one of 2,500. Nonetheless, super rare. I have yet to find a passenger seat. I picked this one up in Indianapolis, local, for $1,000 about 3 years ago. So I've seen sets of these. I know the red ones go for a little bit more, but the black ones I think are still going for $4,500 to $5,000. It does have the Kevlar backing, which is super dope. Here is a little bit better shot of the Kevlar backing. One thing that's super dope is when JP sprayed the car, he actually remade my VIN tag and put the correct pin code on there, being JW0. I threw on LRB door cards, Spinny Whoosh, a company that hooked me up with the vinyl. This is vinyled. It's just a vinyl wrap over it. He threw my logo on it, which is super dope. The plan for this car was pretty much to go full bananas on it. As a Subaru, I was a little bit kind of thoughtful on every single part, but as far as this one went, I just went crazy with it. I didn't try as hard to match everything, and if I wanted to throw a sticker on it, I would. The car features a shirts tucked in steering wheel. I opted for the yellow stitching. They did make this in silver stitching as well, and it is a collab with Nardi. Of course, 90s cars didn't really have cup holders, so I threw a shirts tucked in cup holder, which actually is pretty functional. Does have a weighted shift knob and a carbon fiber delete panel here. Rotaries are known to catch on fire in some cases, so of course We have a flush mounted fire extinguisher. The car features a AEM CD7 display screen. Does have a Haltech 2500 ECU. These switches here turn my boost up. So this is tuning on the fly. I can turn it up as I'm driving, which is pretty sick. These switches here are just auxiliary switches. The first one is pop-up headlights. You can kind of see them pop up right here. And then these two are just an additional accessory switches. I have nothing hooked up to these right now, but you know, maybe in the future I might do some lights or something hooked up to there. Does have phase 2 motor trim floor mats. These are checkered floor mats and they are pretty affordable. If you're looking for some checkered floor mats, be sure to check these guys out. The car is one of 200 with red interior. A lot of guys switch this out for black. I personally like the red. Kind of sets the car off, and it does make the car a little bit more rare in my eyes. Behind both seats we have the Miracle Cross bar. This is a fairly rare part from Japan. I modified these cups here and cut them, put some edging over it, some rubber edging, just to kind of clean it up, make it all fit. This part was a gift. I think it was my birthday or Christmas a couple years ago. My boy Jake Fisher purchased this for me, and we had the pleasure of throwing that on together. A couple years later, he purchased me the upper bar, which is called, I think, the butterfly bar, which it is not installed yet. It's on the to-do list, but we'll get there eventually. Certainly one of my favorite parts on the car, and it might be more rare than the gainer doors. I haven't done my research on these in a while, but definitely a favorite part. Next, we're gonna move on to suspension and wheels. I love switching wheels up on my cars. So most of the time, the FD has the Blitz Type 3s on it. I've ran these for the last couple seasons, and before that I was actually running the T7Rs that are on the car when they were red, and now they are triple chromed, obviously. Then I have these TE37s, which also fit up nicely to the car. As previously mentioned, the work T7Rs. I have went through and replaced all the bushings on the car, and I am running BC coilovers with 16K spring rates. That pretty much covers my FD RX-7 build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is one of my favorite builds I've done. Super fun to drive, super balanced, makes crazy noises. Hope that gives you guys a glimpse at it. Thank you so much for being here. In the next couple videos, we're gonna take the 180SX down to Premier Autosports tomorrow, so I might film that. That shop always has cool whips in there, and they're always doing dope shit. I got the truck and trailer primed up for it. The truck is actually clean for once. So we're gonna throw the 180SX on the trailer, take that down tomorrow, and I'll probably film that. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.